Make the booty go. 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 Pop, pop. Make the booty go. Pop, pop.
I need some bad girls. I'm gonna let y'all hear my new song. I need some bad girls. Come on, baby. Come on, right here. You and you. Come on with that, your fine ass.
Sit on the dick and ride on out. Sit on the dick and ride on out. Sit on the dick. To the back and walk, 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 to the back and walk. What you want, I got it. What you want, I got it. What you want? 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 I got it. Love is good. Love is good. Love is good.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of yours truly, Uncle Luke's show. We are live right now. We are live right now. And you get to see yours truly, Uncle Luke, in the flesh. We are going to do it big. You know, I have to record these shows at least 3 times a week. Monday. It's Monday right now. We do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because we got to give y'all the good shit. We can't be on here every day. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, people. It's a lot of things to talk about. I got a lot of shit to talk about. But first of all, before I even go any further, I want to welcome you guys to the Uncle Luke Show podcast, brought to you by no other than LukeRecord.com, where y'all can go online, get all of your merchandise. That's what it's all about. Go get all your Luke gear, get your Luke hats. You see this beautiful hat I got on right now. That thing dope. It's got motion, like the young people say. But I'd like to welcome you guys. Hopefully y'all had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. I am tired as fuck. I lost another game. I'm gonna get my team right. I'm gonna get my Miami Edison Red Raiders right. You know, you go through, and the thing about that, people don't understand that. We all go through adversity. You know, I'm a firm believer of the man upstairs in all situations. And you go through things to make you better as a person and as a team, as a group. And you wonder why. You say, God, why are you doing this? And why are you so close? And why? Because at the end of the day, I always sit back and be like, man, what the man upstairs doing? What you really doing? What you really saying to me right now? What's happening? And I do know through all difficult times that it's all done for a reason. It's all done for a reason. So you go through adversity and you ask God, what are you doing? And come to find out, you know, I'm preaching today. Shouts out to my girl Tangela Sears. And you wonder why. And I always say, I learned a long time ago, man. I'm gonna tell you this here. I'll tell y'all a little story, and I don't even tell this story a lot. My ex, when my son was born, it was told that she couldn't have kids. And it was one time it was a situation, something happened. And then it was like, okay, well, that's what it is. And then he came. We didn't even expect him to come. All of a sudden, we got this boy. And so I always look at my son, and most people, like he's God sent. And that made me be a firm believer of God. And just, you know, because I always I'm like everybody else, we always question. And then I learned that you just got to be patient and let the man work. And I always say, well, what are you doing? What are we doing right now? I be talking to the man. Most of the time it's adverse situations, or even when it's a good time. Man, you're getting these blessings and where the blessings are coming from and why you're getting the blessings. You know what I'm saying? So most people, and that's why I tell people all the time, you say you have faith. Do you really have faith? If you do have faith, why are you questioning the man? If you really have faith, why are you questioning what he does? So he could take things out of my life. He could bring things in my life. And he could put me in an adverse situation, no matter what it is in life. And I always know it's a bigger picture. Maybe we've lost a couple games, tough games, because of trying to build characters. Maybe they're rooting out some of the evil from around you or helping you identify some of the evil around you. People lose loved ones in life and they sit there and it's amazing. That's why I love that man. Anybody could question me about God, but I didn't want to get off into the God thing with y'all. Hey, shouts out to my girl D. I see you up at late night, D. D, I know it's gonna be a tough day tomorrow, so I gotta do this right now tonight. And I do have a link if you're ready to come on here and chop it up with me, because this was a very, very entertaining sports day today. By all means necessary. It was bananas. And I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Tangier Sears, Miami Dolphins. I went over to the Dolphins, but I couldn't do it. I'm going to tell y'all right now, and it's before they took this L. I don't like Jerry Jones. I think he's a piece of shit. I never did like Jerry Jones as the owner of the Cowboys, the way he did Tex Stram. But I'm so deeply enrooted into the Cowboys, going back from Roger Staubach to Clint Longley to Jethro Pugh to Tom Landry. I just lived and died for that Tom Landry walking on there with the trench coat and that hat on. That was my shit. That was, you know what I'm saying? People thought I became a Cowboy when the Hurricanes went to the Cowboys. No, I'm Cowboy number one. Me and my daddy would have fights. My daddy had beef with me. He loved me, but he would never tell me he loved me because, you know what? I was a Cowboy and he was a Dolphin. He would tell this is my favorite son right here, my brother, because my brother was everything my daddy was. So again, that's what happens. When you're a Cowboy, for life, it's actually bigger than Jerry Jones. And so I'm going to ride this out with Jerry. Not Jerry, but I'm going to ride out my Cowboys. There are going to be better days. And look, it's 28 other sorry-ass teams in the NFL. All right? Only 2 teams get it right. And that's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody else is playing for second. Look at that shit tonight. Look what the fuck happened tonight. Lamar Jackson, same old. We all sitting there thinking that, okay, this is going to be the year that Lamar and the Ravens turn it around. It's the same shit. Lamar playing his ass off, balling like a motherfucker, scoring points. And they find some kind of way, they find a way to lose, which is all the time, especially in the playoffs. So you would think that they would figure this shit out, but obviously they haven't figured it out. Yeah, Tangela, I'm switching back. Stephen Ross and all them. Look. If the Dolphins really want to get right, they would hire me as a consultant, and I'll get that shit right. I'm tired of giving free advice for the Dolphins. They would have to hire me, and I get it right for them because it's really simple. It's really simple. You cannot hire a coach who looks like a little boy, talk like a little boy, try to be jazzy like the boys, and he's claiming to be black. He's half black. His dad is black, and he trying to be like them dudes. You can't be like the guys in the locker room. You got to separate. And then you got a general manager. He can't bring tough guys there because tough guys are not going to be led by a nice coach. The coach is cool. I like him. He's a good guy. But as a head football coach of a football team, I don't like him like that. I'm sorry. He's not a leader of men. And that's why it's going to be difficult for them to win. It's going to be difficult for the general manager, who everybody want to throw up under the bus, Chris Grier, to bring in tough guys, because tough guys are not going to be led by him. They're not going to listen to him. So the biggest problem that the Dolphins had was when they got rid of Brian Flores. They said, Brian Flores, he was too tough on tour. Look who's laughing now. And by the way, he won the case. Look who's laughing now. Brian Flores told y'all the dude was too soft. But y'all threw Brian Flores up out of here. And the Miami media is the fucking worst. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I know they're going to get mad with me. I know a lot of them. It's the fucking worst. The Miami media is the worst media on God's earth, because every time I said something, whether it was on the Andy Slater show or not, or on Twitter, they shot it down. Oh, you can't trade for a quarterback right now. Why would you trade for a quarterback? I'm like, why would you draft Shedeur? Why would you trade for him? I'm like, motherfuckers, draft and trade for Shedeur right now. I don't care if you didn't draft him. Trade for him right now. This guy you got over here that you just gave $50 million a year is not it. He's not going to get it. Nobody likes him. Commanders. Y'all talking about the Commanders. I'm talking about the fucking sorry-ass Dolphins right now. Tangela Sears team. That's who I'm talking about. Sorry-ass fucking Dolphins. And D don't even talk. You're going to get back on the bandwagon of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all just won a game like y'all normally win. The Dolphin media, the media who covers the Dolphins, they know the truth, but they gas the people up like they had a great team, gas the fans up like they had a great team, knowing that they didn't have a great team, to then fuck with them because they need talking points. They need somebody to blame. They need to throw Chris Grier under the bus. Well, the rate this shit going, everybody gonna get clipped. So enough of the Dolphins. Let's talk about this team.
It's all about the you. It's all about the you. You say it. It's all about the you.
That's the team I want to talk about. The fucking you. Well, on Black College Negro Weekend in the NCAA, give the Negroes some money to beat their brains out and be entertained by their band. That's what this weekend is all about. Y'all don't shoot the messenger. It is what it is. I don't like that. I don't like these white schools bringing in the black schools, beating their brains out. They don't have the facilities. They don't have the strength and conditioning program. They don't have the nutrition. They don't have none of that. The little old black kids running around getting their head beat off and the points scored 77 nothing and all kind of craziness like that. And then meanwhile, the black band is going on the field entertaining 80,000 white people. And they pay for that shit. And they look at them as black colleges as second-class citizens, like they're doing them a fucking favor for $500,000. I don't like that. That's just me. Why the fuck do the black colleges need their money? They're state schools. Why does FAMU need to go get their head bashed in by a team that they know they're going to get their head bashed in for $500,000, and they're getting the same state money that all the other state schools are receiving. Explain that to me. Explain that shit to me. Why all these other state schools, state black college schools that are get state funding need to go and get their head bashed in by the white school so that they can feel superior. Oh, we're superior than you. You're nothing. Grambling, you're nothing but entertainment for us. And you're like a shadow boxer. I never liked it that. I don't think that's cute. I really don't think that's cute. You take our kids out there, beat the shit out of them by 70-some points, embarrass them. That's an embarrassment of a football player. You go out there and get your brains beat the fuck in, and then you have our band playing for you in halftime, entertaining you. You might as well just go ahead and do some blackface type shit. You think, and it's like, oh, it's special that we're performing at the big house. We're performing at the big white college in front of 80,000 people, where we put 80,000 people in the Georgia Dome when we have classic games. I don't like that. Under those, I call it Black College Weekend, where the white schools take and beat the dog shit out of black colleges, and we go and be entertained by that shit. Any colleges that's doing that, it's a travesty. Oh, we need the money. No, you don't need the fucking money. Now, if you're a black private college like Bethune-Cookman, you may need the money, and you don't get state funding. But all them black colleges get the same fucking money that these goddamn white colleges get. And I know they do some slick shit with the money when it comes to giving the money to black colleges, but that's when you need to be involved in politics. That's why people like me and Tangela Sears and all us be on here talking about get involved in politics, because you know what? If your black college is at a state school, you know who's going to pick the people to run your school? Who's going to be the president? It becomes the governor. The governor puts the board together and picks the president. Duh. So people don't be realizing elections have consequences. Everybody wants to sit on their ass like, oh, I'm not voting for the governor. And then you get a Republican governor, then he cut the fucking funding for the school, and then he put his people in to run the black college. Enough of politics when it comes to sport. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like our kids getting the shit beat out of them, embarrassed in front of these white people like we some kind of prey. You know, that's what they did. Oh, like the Django movie. We're going to be entertained by two black guys beating the shit out of each other. And we're going to have drinks and all that. And they're going to have Aunt your mama sitting on the side and all this. Oh, this is so cute. We're beating the shit out of them. And they're picking them kids off like it's like target practice. You ever see the movie where they just, they had them horror movies where they run the black people in the forest and they say, oh, yeah, we're going to go hunt them motherfuckers down and shoot them dead and all that. That is what they're doing. These black kids are used as target practice. Hello? Who the fuck don't see that? They're used as target practice. They can't compete with these people. They don't have the facilities. They don't have the finances. It's almost like these teams, these white college teams, are professional teams. They are paying these guys millions and millions of dollars. The black college kids are not getting paid shit, and they're using them as target practice. And they get back on the bus 700. They don't know what the fuck they doing. It's just most of them going out there. Let me show that I can play on that level. That's their mindset. But in reality, then they haven't been given the ability to be able to compete with these people on that level, and they're using them as target practice, and then they use the band as entertainment. Come on, y'all do y'all nigga tap dancing and all that. Then we gonna be clapping. Yo, that's so cute, black people. That's so cute. But enough of that shit. Let me move right along. Shouts out to my girl Glow. How you doing, Glow? I'm so fucking tired. I swear to God. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Maybe got a little nap here or there. Had to take my son all the way to Jupiter for a baseball tournament because he's been off for like 2 weeks, and we, getting ready for fall ball. Had to get him out there, get him back acclimated to seeing live pitches and things like that. Got a lot of rust on him that we got to get off, but and I'm still up. I had to do this because I know I'm gonna take my ass to sleep, and it's gonna be some sleeping and shit until I go take my ass to football practice, giving back to the kids. Let me say this, and this wasn't even on my agenda today. Let me say this about football. You see, in the first game of the year, where the player spits on the other player. First game of the year, player spits on the other player. What happens? College football game, South Florida versus the Gators. What happened? The Gator player, same position now, defensive tackle, offensive lineman. Defensive tackle for the Eagles, quarterback for the Cowboys, same guy who plays the same type of position, spits on another player. These NFL players, you NFL players, the things that you do is passed down to these young people. If you do it, they think it's cute for them to do it. That's why 1 or 2 days later, you got a goddamn college student spitting on another guy in the middle of a football game. Make that make sense. If you could only imagine, I get paid no money, 13 cents a day. And my 13 cents a day is given back in so many ways. Gas. Every day, I deal with a player on my team, and I hear stories from other coaches in the same business. We're dealing with players who act out. The parents and the family members act out in the same way that these NFL players act out. But I don't have no tolerance level. I tell you, get the hell off the team. I don't care who you are. So I say to all you NFL guys who conduct yourself the way y'all conduct yourself, y'all are affecting these young people, and these young people don't have what y'all have. They don't have the money that you have right now. You're affecting them because they conduct themselves like this right now. They're going to not have the same opportunity that you have because you didn't conduct yourself like this. You just did this. Once you start getting money, once you got a platform, now you start acting like a motherfucking jungle bunny. That's what you did, because along that road, you didn't do that. You're not giving these kids an opportunity to get where you're at because you're displaying some bullshit. And I'm gonna say that to all these guys out there in the NFL who's doing this dumb shit. You need to be ashamed of yourself because you're affecting these young people. Because people like me and other hardcore coaches, what we're going to do is the following. We're going to kick your ass off the team. Because when you do it 1 or 2 times and you get out of hand, or you get all sassy, or you get all belligerent, You got to go. So then 9 times 10, you're going to go to the streets. And then when a college coach call up and say, Luther, tell me about this guy. Why do you kick him off the team? Luther, tell me about the character of this person. I'm not going to say anything bad, but you know what? I ain't going to say nothing at all. Because one thing about me, I'm not going to lie. Because what a lot of these young people fail to realize is this. If I lie and say that you're something that you're not, why would the coach come back to get another player from me if I didn't tell him the truth about that player? And that's why I tell my coaches. I had a coach last year, Tangela, because he didn't discipline his players. I told him, I don't need you because you're not a leader of men. You're going to find this real funny. I said, you're not the leader of men. And I need these young men to get real leadership from us as grown men. These kids are talking to you any kind of way. You're sitting up there taking it. You're sitting up there rewarding them. You're not punishing them. They're going to, what you're allowing to happen, they're going to say some shit like that to a grown man in the street. And you know what's going to end up happening? It's going to be bad. Or what they're going to do is go to somebody college and they're going to say the same shit that they said to you. They're going to say that to somebody in college and they're going to get sent home and just the show a shit stink. So I tell them, you got to go. The person over me, I ain't going to call no name. He then comes and tell me, no, coach, you got to keep him. I'm like, so what are we doing? No, coach, you got to keep him. I leave the guy on this. I then let the guy come. You the boss. Let the guy come back. You know what happened? The same kid that disrespected him went to college. And I got a call maybe 3 weeks ago. Oh, he got kicked out because he cussed the strength coach out and he was smoking. Either you're coaching or you're allowing it to happen. So did that grown man teach this young man that there are consequences while you have them under your tutelage? Kid gets kicked out. Auntie calling me, Luke. I said, no, you need to call that coach who y'all came in the office and fought for. You need to call him to put his name on your nephew, grandson, or whatever it may be. And that's how this shit works. That's why I'm always going to be a leader of young men. I'm going to teach them the right way because this is a cruel world, especially for our young black men. They can like me and I don't like me. I will lose every game, but I would not lose my integrity. I would not swallow my whistle. I would not be the leader of young men and allowing them to do things detrimental to themselves in the long run, like the idiotic shit that these grown-ups be doing. And speaking of grown-ups, my God, I was talking about this Shannon Sharpe, Ray Lewis thing last week, and it's still going on. I'm telling you again, Ray Lewis, Shannon Sharpe, you can come on here and we can have a conversation. I'll mediate the shit, but I need you brothers to squash the beef. I need y'all to squash the beef. I need y'all to stop this shit because it don't make no sense. I need you to stop the bullshit. And it's, for some of you people who've been living up under a rock, this is kind of summed up of what the hell is going on with
Trial
Shannon
court
Sharp
case.
and Ray
So
Lewis.
Ray is claiming that he doesn't really like the road that Shannon's going down, and that he only became popular because he's sitting there talking about ignorance and gossip, and that he's losing himself because he's starting to drink. But that's not it. Back in 2016, Ray Lewis claimed that he would never take a knee during the national anthem.
I got uncles, I got brothers who walked out of my house going into the military that said, I will never see you again. To understand that, I will always respect that part of what our patriotism should be.
Well, apparently he changed his mind, because not only did he take one knee, he took both knees. So Shannon called him out on it. He went on his sports show Undisputed and talked about the whole thing, which, by the way, has millions of people viewing every day at 9 a.m.
I'm very disappointed in one of my very best friends, Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis sat in that chair right there and said that he could never kneel. He could never not stand for the national anthem, because so many people died, and he had family members to fight for this country. The opportunity and the flag means so much to him.
Yeah.
And he kneeled. Not on one knee, on both knees. So what were you kneeling for? You kneeled, you showed solidarity because of what President Trump said? And when Colin Kaepernick is trying to draw attention to the injustices going on?
Yeah, he got called out for his hypocrisy, and he's been fuming ever since. He can't take the heat, and so he started crashing out.
The reason you mentioned Shannon, meaning Shannon Sharp, your former teammate, why are you mentioning him? What does he have to do? He goes out and tells somebody why he's so disappointed in me. In you. Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I'm 42 years old with 6 kids. I'm a grown man. So to be disappointed in me, it really sparked me. And now all of these people are going off his sound bites of how he's so shocked that I dropped on the knee to protest.
Because you were lying. And he has never let it go. Now, after 7 years, he has this to say.
So I kind of started to watch him, and then we kind of went our own separate ways, because I'm like, you're going to take that route. I can't go that route. Never can go that route. And that route is to become so worldly that you become popular because you're talking about ignorance, right? A lot of times, a lot of these gossip conversations that they're having and bringing up all this stuff, I'm not going to do that to nobody. I'm not in the business for that. I'm in life to try to teach people what does it mean to be a better man or get back to the kingdom.
So wait, he's now in the business of just trying to teach people how to be better and trying to lead people back to the kingdom as he's sitting here gossiping. He literally said that Shannon, he doesn't like that he's doing all this, and that he only became popular because he's gossiping. Yet he's sitting here talking smack the entire time. It's giving holier than thou. So is Ray crashing out, or has Shannon actually changed?
That kind of summed it all up as to, like I said, if you were sleeping up on a rock or something like that, that kind of summed it up of what's been going on with Shannon Sharp and Ray Lewis. Whether you on one side or the other is all wrong. Ray and Shannon Sharp need to have a conversation. And hopefully they do. Because they were in the war together. They fought to win championships, both of them in the Hall of Fame, both of them are leader of men, both of them are leaders in the Black community. And we have too many young Black people looking at them, thinking that it's okay for us to be beefing. And that's why I'm always telling RG3 and Ryan Clark, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're showing these young Black people, these young Black kids, that's okay to beef. Let me just say this. Outside of the politicians putting on these fucking spectacles and shows, when do you see white people beefing like this? You see the white man teammate talking about the other white teammate? It's only us. Think about it. When do you see, I'm finna get deep for y'all. When do you see the white woman talking shit about the white man? When do you see the Mexican talking shit about the Mexican man? When do you see the German chick or the overseas white chick talking bad about the overseas white man? You only see it in our community. where the black man got to be questioned by the black woman. I was looking at the story the other day. The black singer. I ain't gonna say her name because I don't want to bring no more shit to her. What happened to her? She's sitting on the social media, and I could have pulled up a clip, but I didn't want to bring her on. Oh, these you black bitches, and y'all ain't shit, and you ain't this. I'm gonna still keep doing shows, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna get my money. All y'all want to do is sit there and talk about me and what I got on, how I look. Only black people do that. We only talk about each other. You don't see white people doing that. You don't see white people doing that shit. Simone Biles, she up there going for the goal. Black young girl, she going for the goal. And the black women are attacking her. Oh, her hair is, she need to do something about that hair. She need to do something about her hair. The girl is flipping at 100 miles an hour, and one of her hair came out and got frizzy. She need to do something about her hair. Oh, look at her on stage. We only do that to each other while they're looking. And they're saying, these motherfuckers is so easy. They're going to just let them be. Let the black people be. They're going to crash and burn on their own. There would never be we ain't ever got to worry about them to be a threat to us in society. That's what white people do. They look at that and see that shit. We ain't got to ever worry about them being a threat because they're gonna attack each other. All you got to do is get one of them more than the other one. And they go, oh, he think he all that. Look at him. He got this here. Oh, he ain't this. He ain't that. You don't see other races of people doing that shit but us. Hello? Can y'all wake the fuck up? Oh, he ain't got this. He ain't got that. He ain't got this. You should have this. Why you ain't got this? Oh, you used to be. We got more shade than law allows. You see the white people complaining about the white girl with the black guy, or the white boy with the black woman? You don't see them people complaining about that shit. They don't give a shit. So each is on. Oh, so we only do that. We do that to each other on a consistent basis. We always got something to say about each other. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. That's why we sit up here and we wonder why we're in the situation we're in. We don't get it. We go work for a black person. It's two things. I was having a conversation with my friend the other day. I was like, I'm old enough to know. I said, it's two situations. Black people work for black person. Black people work for white person. A black person works with a white person. The white person that a black person works with, he's eventually going to try to steal your shit. I can do a whole lot of name calling. The black person who works with the black person, we're going to eventually try to overthrow the government and hijack your ideals. We're going to try to tear what you built down. And if one of us is working so hard for the black ownership, then the other black people within the organization is going to be like, oh, you kissing his ass. You kissing his ass. Look at it. You kissing his ass. But meanwhile, if the person was a white person, they would never say that. A black person would never say you kissing the white man ass because you're doing such a great job. But we'll do that if a black person owned a company. Another example of us tearing each other down on a consistent basis, and they watch it. They look at it. We broadcast it live. Just get these niggas, just put some money on the table and watch the motherfuckers start killing each other and killing each other off. Give one of them a Cadillac. He gonna then the other one gonna talk about it, and that's gonna be the biggest distraction of the world. And we then go hijack and take over their community. That's how it works. I'm sorry. People sitting up here like, why is our community being gentrified? Your community is being gentrified because you're sleeping at the wheel. You've allowed it to happen because of your hate for one another. All of a sudden you hear Trump talking about barbecue and a bounty and putting them in jail in the Haiti and Venezuela, and we blowing up boats in Venezuela. We sending ships over there to Venezuela. You know what Venezuela got? Venezuela got a lot of oil. You know what Haiti got? A lot of gold and a lot of minerals. Hello? But one thing about Haiti, you're going to have to commit genocide over there because they're going to fight. They beat the French. So all these money grabs going on around here, I'm just saying. But when we get in power, we don't do a money grab for us. All black people right now in America should be multimillionaires when Obama was the president. It didn't happen because as soon as we get the power, we say, oh, I'm not the president for the black people. I'm president for all the people. Meanwhile, when they get in the office, they make sure their people get big money. I ain't mad at Trump. They say, oh, how much money Trump family is making. I'm not mad at Trump. I ain't mad, and all his homeboys and everybody who down with him. That's how the shit goes. You ride with this politician, you get paid with this politician when he wins. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm not mad at Trump. The old Trump daughter got all this money. Oh, they cutting deals. They cutting deals. This one here cutting deals. The sons and all that, the son-in-laws and all these cut deals getting cut. I'm not mad at him. Motherfucking Barack Obama should have did that. And Kamala, my girl, should have been saying that. Look, man, all you niggas finna get a check. Fuck that. I'm putting money, I'm putting millions in black college. I'm putting millions over here. I'm putting millions in the black community. I'm putting money on the floor. I'm putting money on the motherfucking floor. All the niggas finna get paid. And when you say that, everybody jumping out. Oh, shit. Now, fuck all these constructions going on in these black communities, all this here. Hey, look here, man. Y'all got access to the money. I'm going to open up the bank. That's what Trump doing. All the black hoods and all that, y'all ain't got to pay no motherfucking taxes. Y'all going to get, we going to open up the federal bank, and y'all can go and apply for loans, and I don't give a fuck what your credit score is. If you're American, you're going to get paid. Open up a business. Give us the documentation. We putting money on the streets. They did it with COVID. You let me run for president? I'm saying exactly that. If I run for governor of the state of Florida, I'm saying exactly that. I am not going to sugarcoat it. No, I'm going to put money on the streets for all black people. And white people, don't be mad at me. And whatever is left, I'm going to give y'all some bread too. But we finna put money on the street. Everybody finna get paid. But my people going to get paid first. Because my people been oppressed and my people been suppressed in every kind of which way you can only imagine. No, we're going to go and we're going to look at the numbers and we're going to find this money and we're going to put this money back in the black community because y'all have robbed us all these fucking years. Hello? Trump did it, doing it right now. I'm just saying. But we don't do that. We get in the office and we say we're for all the people. Right now, half of these jackasses, speaking of politics, is in the state of Florida. Everybody running around calling me up talking about support a Republican. I ain't supporting no motherfucking Republican doing nothing just cause they black. No, it's not happening. I will run for governor before that shit happens. I'm not doing that. Don't call me up with that bullshit. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. Don't sign me up for that. Speaking of sign me up, y'all heard about the grandmother who orchestrated the murder of her son-in-law? Y'all heard about that? I'm looking at that online. I'm like, this shit is amazing. Why haven't I heard about this? This lady was running around for about 11 years after murdering her, orchestrating the whole thing, the whole family, the people in her family, they all conspiring, and they killed the son-in-law because they wanted the grandkids. What the fuck? They got murderers and shit. People on there talking about this, like, I killed him for $35,000, and my homeboy got $45,000, and grandma was the one. We talked to this one, and then they talked to that one, and grandma was orchestrating the whole shit, and they locked grandma up. This shit is crazy. What is this world coming to? Grandmothers are fucking killing son-in-laws for the kids. This is bananas. I can't make this shit up. I can't make it up. And the judge, and this happened in Tallahassee, Florida. What the fuck? I'm like, because the mother or something was moving the kids here to South Florida, you couldn't get your happy ass in the car and come visit the grandkids, and you gotta kill the goddamn man. I heard it all. I fucking heard it all. Just when you think you heard it all. Just when you think you heard it all, you hear that kind of shit. It is so fucking amazing. Meanwhile, going back to sports, people, let me just say this. University of Miami football. I know y'all want me to talk about that. We won. We beat Bethune-Cookman. Now South Florida, who I got a lot of friends that coach for South Florida. We get to play South Florida, who just knocked off 2 ranked teams. Shouts out to South Florida, their staff, the players on the team. I got a couple kids that's on that team that played for me. Coaches on that team from the community, Coach Van Dyke. Shouts out to him, kid from South Florida. He's on that team. He's a coach. But let me just say this, people. Miami going to have to play. Miami's definitely going to have to play because them people coming with they playing for their coach. They're going hard. They're going absolutely hard for their coach. So I'm looking forward to watching that game. Florida, sorry for your loss, but you took these people light. You moseyed on up in there with that vanilla wafer game plan because you were getting ready for LSU. You had no respect for this team because you didn't open your playbook out because you were too much worried about playing LSU and you were worried about playing fucking Miami after playing LSU. And so you got caught in the trap game. And you got your ass whooped. For Miami, I'm still not sold. I'm gonna need to see you play Florida, Mad Florida, Florida State. I'm gonna have to see you play those teams and see exactly how you're gonna function in those games. Because we beat Notre Dame with a young quarterback. We beat Bethune-Cookman. That was easy. They're constantly getting a book on what we do and how we do it. And that's how the league is. They get your film and they dissect your film, look at your weaknesses, look at what you're trying to do, and then they try to take that away from you. But then with worthy opponents trying to take away from you what you're consistently doing, that's where the rubber hits the road. So if Miami could go up in there and successfully beat up on South Florida, then I'm running the same thing that they're running. I'm gonna say, okay, it's a week-to-week thing for me with the University of Miami. I'm sorry. The players will have to overcome bad coaching. Not bad coaching, bad game management, like they did the first game, because bad game management is what we do. That's never going to be fixed at the University of Miami. So great players are going to have to overcome that. You like my cap? And that's what's going to have to happen. And unfortunately, we're going to be able to do that. We are going to be able to do that. We're going to go out there, play hard football, and they're going to eventually end up winning the games. And the coaches, we're going to be scratching our head like, what the fuck? Why did he call a timeout? Well, why did he call a timeout? Why did they go conservative like Lamar Jackson them tonight? So I'm on a week-to-week basis. I know a lot of people always call me, hey, man, how you feel about how they're playing Ray? I don't comment about my players at these institutions. I let it all play out. I let it play out. Miami knows how I feel about one of my players over there. They don't have to, I don't have to be vocal about it publicly. I don't do that with none of my players. I got them all over the country. I will go and have a conversation with the people at Miami or any other university when it comes to one of my players if I feel like my player is being treated any kind of way wrong. And then my players, whether they play in Miami or any other university or any other institution, they have the right to leave just like everybody else if they feel like they're being unfairly treated. And so that's their decisions. So at the end of the day, I don't get into that. If one of my players asks me to intervene, I will. And I don't care where they play at. See, that's the whole thing about Luther Campbell not taking money from colleges. I can go intervene because you ain't paying me. I can go get in your shit and stand firm because I ain't got to worry about my check getting cut off by you. And there's a lot of high school coaches that can't go say what the fuck they want to say to these universities when they're treating their kids some kind of way because that's going to cut their check off. And ain't no university could give me a motherfucking thing. That's why I could walk up in their office and get them a piece of my motherfucking mind because I'm not in fear of a check being taken away. I'm just saying. Because I don't get my money from the institutions. I get my money from my fans. You guys do a good job buy my catalog, you buy the tickets. So I get on here and be very outspoken about the things that matter to you and matter to me. That's how that works. When you start taking money, then you got to watch what the fuck you say. Unfortunately, I don't have to watch what I say because you guys empower me by buying them tickets to the concert, by streaming the music online, and y'all are empowering me. And so I am grateful to you all because I don't have to go work for the man. And if I got to go work for the man, then I got to zip it. That's how this shit works. So it's y'all fault. Y'all unleash me on the people. It's y'all fucking fault. Because y'all keep buying all this shit and y'all keep paying for these shows and y'all make me, hey. But that's what my job is. I speak for you all. I speak for the silent majority. That's who I speak for, the silent majority. Tanja says, take your ass to sleep. That's right. And you know, sister, they can't give me nothing. This is my sister right here, Tangela Sears, the great Tangela Sears. That lady there more powerful. Y'all need to follow her. Follow her right now. And you want to know some politics and political questions, especially when it comes to the state of Florida, call her and ask her. If you want to, and if you're trying to run for office or anything like that, you might need to hire her as a consultant because she's going to save you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe millions of dollars, because half of y'all know what the fuck y'all doing and y'all get with some of these people and they don't know what the fuck they doing and they just take your money. And you be looking like Boo Boo the Fool. Shit, I know a guy close to me didn't want no advice from me nor Tangela, and shit, he spent like a couple $1 million and he looking like Boo Boo the Fool. I ain't gonna call no names. I know Tangela like this motherfucker is going crazy right now. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for being a part of the show tonight. I had a beautiful time. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat station. I love you all. Check out the rebroadcasts of this show. And again, have a beautiful and blessed week. Shouts out to Glow. Shouts out to Tangela Sears. Shouts out to everybody that's live over here on this podcast. And man, you got to remember, reach one, teach one. Reach one, teach one. That's all you need to do is teach one. So all you need to do is reach one. And that's life. I love you all. Have a good night. Peace.
Pull out the stick, come shoot that. Booty poke out like a book bag. Booty poke out like a book bag. Pull over ass too fast. Come we gonna bring that Uncle Lou bag.